Give it up for him.
Alright, so before I go any further, I want to thank Kevin for putting this event on, right, and having us all out, because this is why we get to do stuff like this. And obviously, like Carrie mentioned earlier, it is the weekend, so we want to remember those people that made those sacrifices so that we can do this. But most of you guys do know me from the company that thou shalt not be named. And I was there for 5 years, and you know, when you have to make a decision based on integrity, sometimes you just have to choose your integrity, right? So I walked away, and about 8 months ago, Athena Targets was born, and so that's kind of where we're living right now. If anybody wants any more in-depth offline, I'll be happy to share. It's not slander if it's the truth, but we're not going to make it a public thing about it, okay? But with that being said, I love the community just like KD said, and I've always been passionate about being able to provide products that made sense for the shooters, right? And if that was med kits, knives at the time, steel targets, whatever that would improve us as professionals out here in this environment, right? So I wanted to continue, like I can't remember the gentleman's name that was talking last night about doing what you love. And this is what I love. I love working with people in this community, and I love doing this target stuff. My wife hates it because she's like, why don't you go get a real job? And I'm like, but I like these chunks of metal, you know? So Athena's born. It's all American-made product, guys. When I left the other company, the whole premise, part of that was because of some of the questionable things, but I wanted to start Athena with trying to do everything that we can with other small businesses and under the platform of American Made. So I buy all of my material from a mill straight out. We blast it, we laser cut everything, so there's no brittle edges from heat transfer. It's all done to a very high standard. We've actually hand-picked the highest carbon plates out of the bunch when we buy them from the mill to ensure that we're getting the best AR500 that we can get before we cut it. With that being said, it looks a little bit different with this company, right? Before I was a little bit limited to, hey, it's a cookie cutter, buy this circle, buy this one size torso, buy this one thing. And we were really restricted there. When we got people come as like, Mike, I want a full-size Sasquatch, or I need a 40-inch torso for my long range, or whatever that, I now have the ability to do that. And that's opened up lots of avenues for us as a business, which has been huge. Especially with the people that we've met in the industry over the last 5 years supporting the new brand. So obviously, first and foremost, steel targets is what I do. And shooting solutions, I guess we can say at that point. We do basically any kind of size, 5, 6, 8, 10, 12-inch gongs. They can be hung from 2x4s like that's in the back there, or by like T-post brackets, which has been the most common application for hanging stuff, especially since COVID. Let's use that history that we talked about last night. Lumber went through the roof to like 30 bucks a 2x4, and everybody stopped building sawhorse setups. So we started developing around the T-post, which everybody still has laying in their backyard, and that's kind of where a lot of this bracketing ideas came from. We just expanded it here at Athena. That makes more sense. So the good thing about our T-post hangers is they actually will go up and down the complete cycle of the T-post. You're not limited to an animal up on top of the T-post that is only a capper, right? Then you lose all that other dead space. We also incorporated T-post protectors. So if you do have T-post downrange and you got, you know, nobody hits the T-post, right? They never get shot up and you never have to replace them. But if you did, it gives you about 14 inches of protection below your targetry, so that does help extend the life of the T-post, especially if you're in a long-range setup where you can't be walking back and forth all the time to change stuff out. We also did a 2x4 speed bracket, and these are great because it makes a ready-made plate rack. If you look back there by our trailer, it's a kit that we sell that gives you 2 brackets that will connect a regular T-post to a 2x4, and then 5 targets across that. So it's basically still able to train your transitions without having knockdown targets to reset or wires to pull or something to break in a mechanical application. And then we add danglers. So we have a whole line of dynamic danglers like on this torso here. They give you extra feedback. The ones back there is a know your limit set, so it works from a 1-inch up to a 5-inch. They're all pistol and rifle rated, so you can use them for any application that you want out there in the industry. But one of well, I'll go right back. Additionally, we have a very good relationship with Almar Knives, and they released an American-made knife that was along par with what we wanted to do right at SHOT Show. And we had the ability to be the only stocking distributor in the country, just based on relationships, because relationships are important, to be able to stock that. And we stocked the Almar knife, the American-made version. we had such good response under that brand that we've picked up them as the primary distributor in the country now. Almar's been around for a really long time, but they're just getting back into the tactical world. So we're kind of taking that on. We have a whole line of Almar knives. If you had the privilege to sit in Sly's class this morning, you understand how good a folding knife or a fixed blade knife is for all of your woodsy tasks or building fires or just your everyday. And there's an application that would fit the bill for everything that he's done on this table. So if you guys have any questions, by all means ask about that. We can walk you through all the different knives. I know we're limited on time, and I do have a demo to do. And the point of Athena was to always be innovative with products, right? And we had a company reach out to us and said, hey, this is really what we've got this idea, we want to do this. And it gets into a little bit of gray area when you start asking people, right? But if you tell me, hey, Mike, I can go into my living room and I can shoot a 9mm across the bedroom and do my training inside, you'd be like, no, you're crazy. And you're probably right. You probably shouldn't be doing that. But we designed a system, and they're out there. They've been out there. It's a bullet trap. If you guys look kind of back over here to where that gentleman's sitting at. So it's 350 pounds of American-made AR 500. It's got a 2-inch, 24 by 36 ballistic panel on the front of it. It has about about 3/4 of an inch relief behind for sprawl deflection, and then drops your lead and projectiles into a tray that is removable for clean out on the bottom. It's on casters. It's on fully portable. So we've just actually started using these in some various range complexes. So what I wanted to do today was just kind of give you guys, because it is a new product for us, and you know, chatter is important, right, about new products. We've got a couple of volunteers. If I designated you earlier, can you come here? I got some ammo, and there should be a tactical life rifle somewhere around here, right?
All right.
So what we're going to do, just to kind of give you an understanding of how this catch works. No, not yet. I promise everybody will be out of here. So the way that this particular system behind you was set up is to take any pistol calibers that's on the market and also rated for 5.56. The premise behind the use case for this particular trap was for inside of shoot houses for law enforcement departments, and so they could move it portable inside of the shoot house, change their angles, change their targetry, and so it's rated 10 to 15 yards with 5.56 is essentially what we're calling this is good. Now we tested it obviously a lot closer than that, but the use case would be for 10 yards and back. Okay.
Is that for Full Metal Jacket?
Yes, and I was just about to actually get into it. So the ballistic panels have a lifespan. It's a consumable item at that point in time, right? So basically every time that round goes through, it's self-healing, but it's hitting your metal, and your sprawl and everything is being caught by the rubber ballistic panel. So the panel's not stopping the rounds, the steel is stopping the round, but the rubber is what's absorbing all of that sprawl deflection. With that being said, hollow points, frangible rounds is something that we found actually explodes inside of the rubber and chews up the rubber a lot faster than a Full Metal Jacket. It's cut the ballistic paneling life in about 1/3 of what we were anticipating. So we've had to re-engineer that based on some frangible ammunition. But it was designed around Full Metal Jacket, like ball round. So what we're going to do is we're going to shoot from right about here, okay? Gamage is going to come. He's going to do a mag dump with a pistol and walk his way into the target over here, and then we're going to have the lovely Miss December Customs come over and take a couple of shots with a rifle, just so you guys can see what the trap is doing. Obviously, we want to be back on this side of the firing line, either over here or over here, and that way everybody has a good visual on what's happening. So you will see the dust, you will see some stuff, but there is no actual hard material passing through it, right? It's all being caught and captured. Below that, there is a tray. It'll come off, and you can actually clean out your lead, so it helps save the environment too. If that's your, if you're in a spot where you can dump stuff over.
All right, you guys are recording. I gotta do it.
All right, Mike. On you, baby. Shooter ready?
Ready.
Beep.
Katie Junior over there.
So we can look at all of it when we get done so that everybody can see what that did. But I guarantee if you were to walk, there's nothing in there. All you're seeing is the impacts on the rubber.
What's the life with just regular FMJ?
Yeah,
Between 4,000 and 8,000 rounds.
And then just replacement of the rubber or replacement of the battery?
Just the rubber.
So 1 year from
It's a panel. The panel replacement's about 150 to 160 bucks to replace the rubber.
That's it?
Hold up, hold up.
That's
Product
it.
placement.
Might go up, but right now that's
Oh,
It might go
Lock in that deal. We got it on camera.
right. You're like, next year, buy now. For next
yeah.
year.
Buy it now or forever hold your peace.
Shot show special.
Let's go,
On you
best
whenever you're
friend.
ready.
She ready.
That's not on.
Kinda.
Oh, it's Katie's rifle, by the way.
Yeah, it ain't mine.
Just
Try? No.
It's not on?
No. How do we turn the dial?
Move the mag out of the way.
Oh, here. Turn it that way.
You gotta put that down.
There you go. Or just don't use a
Is
magnifier.
it on now?
Make your that close.
I am not finding it.
Yeah,
I said I was gonna shoot it.
Top of the glass.
It's tough going over there.
That's it.
It's just dust.
All right. So just to be clear, nothing fell off of that wasn't supposed. It was the tray that was underneath. The pins came out. I had rounds holding them in, but that's the collection tray. So if you guys want to walk over and look at the actual target, you're going to smell the burnt rubber. But you can also see
Oh,
here
you're right here.
where it was collecting in the tray. And so it has a drop down into the funnel that collects into the tray. So you get all your lead.
I say I can't. Not a clue. Not a clue. But it's like not even like.
Man down.
I went up, didn't I? Oh damn.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
That one went sailing. I got it.